Alright, Shalom. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. And peace and blessings to the elect worldwide that believe in His truth and sincerity and faith. Coming to you with another GMS news and prophecy. Um, and we're basically going to deal with what's going on worldwide today as far as America's concerned, its military, and how it pertains to prophecy, of course. Um, so I'm gonna get right into it. This is from the Washington Free Beacon, or the freebeacon.com, and here, as you can see on the screen, the article is entitled "U.S. Military No Longer Able to Fight Two Wars at Same Time." It says report finds that shrinking armed forces are less able to respond to global threats. All right, dated the 24th of February 2015. It says the United States military does not currently have the ability to fight two major wars simultaneously. According to a new report, a significant reduction from the capacity enjoyed by defense officials for decades. Um, the Heritage Foundation's 2015 Index of U.S. military strength concludes that the armed forces will be ill equipped to handle two near simultaneous major regional contingencies, or MRC, which is a major regional contingency. It says the two MRC goals was largely attained during the Cold War, when U.S. forces engage in a conflict every 15 to 20 years while maintaining ground forces in other regions to ensure stability and deter aggressors. So it's basically like a strategy. We have one group fighting over here, okay, at one conflict and one battle, so to speak. Meanwhile, you got other groups uh, uh, policing the other side. So therefore, you have like a two two you basically have two different fronts, but you're controlling them. But basically, what the article is going to get into is getting out of control. Okay, that strategy is not working for them anymore. So it says that strategy enables the U.S. military to defeat one adversary in a conflict while preventing another aggressor seeking to take advantage of the United States' preoccupation with the first conflict from defeating it in a separate theater. But this strategy is no longer feasible according to the report. All right. It says the constant decline in funding and the consequent shrinking of the force are putting it under significant pressure, the report said. Essential maintenance is being deferred. Fewer units, mostly the Navy's platforms and the Special Operations Forces community, are being cycled through operational deployments more often and for longer periods. And old equipment is being extended while program replacements are problematic. And and this is also, I just want to put a footnote in there. You know, this is also a reason why you got DARPA, you got the Pentagon, and these other military um, designers. They're looking forward to implementing more robot technology. Okay, the mark of the beast, RFID chip technology, different drones. Okay, they're looking to introduce these different things into the military because their actual human forces, so to speak, they're being depleted. Okay, so to basically bridge the gap, so to speak, they're introducing a lot more technology into the different militaries, mainly the U.S., in order to keep a foothold in the different places that they have bases in worldwide and to find these conflicts. Okay, so it says the cumulative effect of such factors has resulted in a U.S. military that is marginally able to meet the demands of defending America's vital national interests. Okay, I'm gonna read that one more time. It says the cumulative effect of such factors has resulted in a U.S. military that is marginally, meaning just at the condition that the Pentagon has set, okay, or the margin or the line, so to speak, that the Pentagon and America has set for them to be able to meet the criteria they have to maintain the military in other places. Okay, it says a military that is marginally able to meet the demands of defending America's vital national interests. So basically, they can barely keep a hold on the different places that they have the military in. Okay, you know they're running thin. They're running thin on soldiers. Okay, on money. All right. Now you got this monkey Barack Obama. Okay, he's getting up on the news every. You see it all over the new CNN, Fox. These fluff news stations where they're constantly talking about ISIS. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly talking about the threat of ISIS in America, the beheadings, these different groups wanting to join ISIS, or these different individuals, women and men, they want to join ISIS. They're U.S. citizens and all that, and they're building up this hatred, this propaganda, this hatred for the IS or ISIS because their military is being depleted, or it's being ran thin. So to ensure that they get more, these young kids out here, what I'm saying, these young white boys, these young Jakes, these young niggas out here, in order to get them uh, geared up to fight in the military, they put this propaganda on the TV to get them to build up some kind of patriotism in their subliminal mind to get them to want to join the military. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see here, according to the article, they're barely able to meet and defend their national interests, which is mainly dealing with these different places like Iraq, Afghanistan. They want to go into Iran, Syria. You know what I'm saying? These, like certain other African nations, mainly in the Middle East, though, to where they have oil. They want those resources, and they want to defend those central banks as well. You know, but as you can see, the American military is being run thin, man. You know, they could barely keep up with the demand of soldiers um, within these different conflicts that they've started, man. Okay, so it says if current automatic budget cuts remain in place, which they did a lot of budget cutting um, last year in the military, but that's still where most of your tax dollars and most of the American money is going towards anyway, right? But it says nearly $1 trillion will be slashed from the Defense Department's funding in the next decade. Almost all of the service branches are already in marginal condition, according to the report, and that's why if you pay attention to, like I said, DARPA and these different technology groups and institutions, they're pushing now towards artificial technology, and they want to put them out in the field on the front line, so to speak, and get them to fight these battles now because their soldiers, okay, are in a marginal condition. All right. Um, it says the Army only had 12 brigade combat teams ready for action at the end of last year, while the Obama administration's last major defense review in 2010 called for 45 active BCTs. All right, so you see the gap there. All right, you do the math. It says the Navy is 24 ships short of the total fleet it recommended to Congress in January 2013, and the Marine Corps could shrink from 188,800 active personnel last year to 175,000 by 2017, increasing deployment frequency for troops that have had less time to train. Which basically means now they're at the point of where they're just sending you out there, man. You know, I believe at one point you were supposed to, if you just join the military, you get like a 9 week, if I'm correct, from what I know from um, different people that's been in the military, you get like a 9 week training or whatever, something like that, and then you know, well, that's basically just your training, and then you assigned to a brigade or whatever, and then you could possibly be deployed after that, right? But they don't really have that much time to train now, so it may be from like 9 to 6 weeks, you know. Then they throw you in a group or whatever, whatever it is, and then they send you out there, okay, you know. And a lot of this recruiting is done from these guys that play Call of Duty and Black Ops and Tom Clancy and Splinter Cell and all these different first person shooter games, you know, and they recruit them into the military, and all they do is they mainly they shoot drones, or they also offer college opportunities. But that's how you get a lot of these so-called blacks and Hispanics into the military, man. They tell them that they send them to college. Meanwhile, they send them into um, active fire zone, and they get their leg blown off, or their arm blown off, or they end up dead. You know. So the American military is being spread thin. All right. So it says the report said the Air Force was in the best relative condition of the services. Yeah, because they ain't doing nothing but using damn drones. Unmanned drones, unmanned warfare. You know, you can strike from a distance, which that's Esau's forte. Okay, it says the size and readiness of the U.S. armed forces are declining during a period of global instability not seen since the Cold War. The report said the threats to U.S. vital interests are elevated from Iran, Middle East terrorism, such as IS or Islamic State or ISIS, whatever you want to call them. All right, and North Korea. It says the threat levels are even higher from Russia and China, according to the think tank. Russia possesses the largest nuclear weapons arsenal among the nuclear powers when short range nuclear weapons are included, which is why just recently um, Russia is having talks with sending Iran an upgraded or updated um, missile defense system. And this is as a like couple of days ago. All right. So they're constantly arming the, these different nations, and that's pursuant to Ezekiel the 38th chapter. How Russia is going to be a guard to Persia, Libya, Syria, and these other nations. Okay, so it says China has been modernizing its nuclear and conventional forces in recent years and is taking increasingly assertive steps to secure its own interests in the Asia Pacific region, independent of U.S. efforts to maintain freedom of the commons for all. The report also expressed concerns about the state of U.S. nuclear forces. Defense officials are not developing any new nuclear warheads, and weapons and delivery vehicles are not replaced for long periods, heightening the risk of failure. So this is all the doing of the Most High. He's basically reducing the American military to nothing, to barely having a military, barely having a defense system and defense weapons, barely having nuclear warheads. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, he's arming damn near every country out there, man, via Russia, China, and these other strong nations. That's why when you read in the scriptures, and I'm gonna get it, it says, "Let the weak say they are strong." Okay. It says nearly every other nuclear power is carrying out a modernization program that involves warhead and delivery system upgrades, the report said. The Heritage Military Index, released for the first time this year, will serve as a baseline for assessing U.S. defenses in the future, the think tank said. Presidential administrations, the Pentagon, and the services release several reports periodically on defense strategy and posture, but lack a consistent measure for grading the armed forces, according to the Heritage Report. All right. So now I'm gonna get into the scriptures, right, and basically um, shed light through what is actually going on in the world, man. All right, because the Most High, He's the one that's doing all this, um, um, mustering the host of the battle, or bringing all these militaries in the so-called modern nation. All right, to fight this Third World War. So let's go to the book of Joel, the third chapter, in the ninth verse. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles: prepare war, at which the Gentiles are the actual other nations like Iran, China, North Korea, Russia, all right, as opposed to America. It says, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, which is the military. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's them um, building up the modernization of their militaries. Because now these weak countries are now saying they're strong now because they're all gaining nuclear warheads, like the article said. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Alright? So, Yahweh Shemiah Shai, the Lord, the word ignorantly calls God, he's the one that's bringing everything together, man. Okay? But you know what? And like he said, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, because the so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel, those are the 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 angels of the Lord, man, the chariots of the Lord, and they're gonna fight in this battle, and the Most High is gonna destroy uh, the different world militaries, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go from there to the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and 14. It says, "The great day of the Lord is near; it is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord." And that's these different rumors and reports and articles and different news stories that come out pertaining to the the day of the Lord, which is destruction. It says, "The mighty man shall cry there bitterly," because these world militaries, these armies, this air force, okay, which is the reason why it's the Air Force is the strongest part of the American military, because they're going to try to fight the chariots of Israel, man. But the angels are going to crush them, man. As you see in that movie, Independence Day. Well, actually, in that movie, you know, the so-called Americans win, but it's actually going to be vice versa, man. Them UFOs, them chariots, man, they're going to smash these uh these uh these uh these different air forces of these different militaries worldwide, man, starting with America. All right, verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. Okay, so Yahweh Shemar Shai, the Lord, the Most High and His Son, they're going to destroy these nations, man, in that great day. Because the Most High is going to make a judgment for what the so-called white man and the other nations, or what they've done to the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Americans, the chosen people, the Israelites, and it's going to utterly uh, 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 um, make them desolate, man. Okay, destroy them. All right. Um, Another scripture. This is Jeremiah 49:22. It says, "Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom," the so-called white man, this military, "be as the heart of a woman in her pains." Because when them chariots show up, and the Most High starts showing himself, and this World War III really takes place, all right, all these different militaries, man, they're gonna be scared, man. They're gonna be as women, man. Okay, as the scriptures say. All right. One more scripture and I'm gonna end it. This is Jeremiah 51:30. It says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight." Okay, which Babylon is America, and the military, the mighty men. It says they have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Because America is going to be totally destroyed by them thermonuclear warheads, those missiles. It says, "One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken in one end." And this article, going back to it, this is just an example, man. All right, it says U.S. military no longer able to fight two wars at the same time. Report finds, right? Report, right? Okay, report, right? Let's go to the scripture, Jeremiah 51 and Jeremiah 51 and 31. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another. All right? And what does a messenger do? They report the news of what's going on. And this is just part of it. It's the beginning stages. Okay? Because the so called white man, he spread his military too thin, man. Now these other nations, now that the America's military has been divided, they can take out all their wrath and frustration upon them, man. And ultimately, the Most High is going to do that and totally destroy them. All right, then His kingdom is going to be established. It says, one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken in one end, and that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. Verse 33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the daughter of ancient Babylon, okay, is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. And that's what's gonna happen, man. Okay? So be prepared to see a lot of draft commercials, a lot more military commercials being shown on TV. You're gonna see a lot more of these the propaganda news reports of ISIS being the enemy and these different domestic terrorists. You know what I'm saying? Also, brothers, let's just be prepared for them to demonize us. You know, but ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to defend us, and this American military is going to be destroyed. And America is ultimately going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. So with that, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect worldwide. Shalom.